The following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network. We welcome you inside the AAC on the campus of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. It's Charger basketball presented by the OLSH Sports Network. And tonight, it's the Chargers and the Saints from Nazareth Prep doing battle. Hey, a pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm OLSH alongside Christian Harbaugh makes his return from Slippery Rock.
Let's go.
We got... You look on paper and you think, oh boy, this really isn't going to be much of a match, but this is a 1A school, Nazareth Prep, with some athletic players. They got some height to them, and I think it's going to be a nice challenge for the Chargers. It should be a good game, Christian.
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight, Naz Prep coming in here, they're super athletic. They got a lot of length. I mean, the Chargers, they're going to have to be on the boards like they were the other night against Burrell. You know, Naz Prep's going to look to push the tempo. They're going to try to get out in transition, and they're going to try to let their defense generate their offense. They want to get steals. They want to get in the passing lanes. They want to get out and run. And don't forget, Al, this team just won a Whitfield championship a couple of years ago.
Right.
And, you know, it's fairly new school.
Yeah, Naz Prep comes in with a record of, here, let me get this graphic up here. Naz Prep comes in with a record of 3-0. Chargers 3-1, or excuse me, 2-1. As I keep forgetting, they canceled the postponed the Beaver Falls game on Friday. But 2-1 for the Chargers, 3-0 for the Saints. The Saints have taken down Homer Center. They've taken down Leechburg, and also Stowe Rocks in their 3 victories. So, you know, they've taken down, you know, Stowe Rocks is in the Chargers section. So
exactly,
there you go. The Chargers in their 2 wins have beaten Albert Gallatin and Brownsville to win the Brownsville tournament. And then that heartbreak loss to Burrell, which is a very good team. They lose that one 43-40. But there was a lot of good out of that game as well, Christian.
Yeah, we've seen a ton of good things the other night in the home opener for the Chargers, and it really was, the ball wasn't falling at some points in time. They got some shots. They got out in transition. They had some buckets. Van was a, you know, lethal inside and being a presence on defense and on offense and being on the boards. And then, you know, I really like the play of the point guard, sophomore Avzek. He's been unbelievable in his first couple games. Just getting guys involved, moving the basketball, pushing the tempo, and controlling the pace. I always say if you have a really good point guard who can control the pace and the tempo of a game, you're going to have a really good team. And right now, these young guys, they're having fun right now. They just haven't figured it out all together at one time. But once they do for 4 quarters, it's going to be a different outcome.
Yeah, I totally agree. The Chargers, in a lot of ways, are still searching for their identity. Only 3 games in. As you said, Mr. Avsek has taken over that point guard position, and not all the things that Rocco used to do for the Chargers, but, I mean, he's not the shooter that Rocco is yet. Yet. But he's learned how to control the offense, and he'll dish it off. He's going to get his share of assists.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to get the guys involved. He's, you know, again, he's got some handles, gets into the teeth of the defense. And then the other guy that played really well the other night was Johnson. I mean, Johnson can really shoot it. Again, another young kid, sophomore, right? So they've got a lot of production out of these young guys so far. They just got to keep chipping away. And I just talked to Coach Rodriguez a few minutes ago, but he said they practice so hard, they play so hard. Now it's just figuring this stuff out, figuring out their identity, figuring out what roles are what, and then just putting it all together for 4 quarters.
Yeah, remember, this is a very young Charter team. They've gone from a very older veteran team to a very young learning team. They actually have, I believe no, not anymore. They did have at one point, they had a freshman start. Well, they had a freshman starting their first game, but they have a lot of sophomores on this team. The Chargers come in with 11 sophomores on their roster and 2 freshmen. Only 1 senior starting, so that tells you what's going on here.
Yeah, and another thing Coach Rodriguez just said, they returned guys that played 6 minutes a game last year. So that's a lot that they lost. You know, they lost 2 starters that are still here in the school, but they're football guys and they're going on scholarship for football. So right now the Chargers are, you know, a lot of opportunity. When we talked about that the other night, which is a good thing. But once they figure it out, I really think they're going to be a team to beat, because they're going to get it done in different fashion, right? We're used to the high scoring and the guys that are going to score 30 points a game, right? This team's probably not going to do that. They're probably going to get 3 or 4 guys every night in double figures, and they're going to be spraying that thing all the way around, and they're going to share the basketball. And right now, that's what they're trying to do. One person I've looked to see shoot the ball well tonight is Grisafi. I mean, the other day we're talking about it. He passed up on some opportunities. He's a really good shooter. Yeah. So once he gets in that rhythm, I think it's going to be different for him.
Well, you brought it up, Christian, about their scoring. In years past, it was, Chargers scoring in the 70s, averaging in the 70s and high 60s. So far, and granted, it's only 3 games. In their 3 games, they are averaging 48.3 points a game, giving up just under 40 points a game. So we might as well go to Naz Prep, what they're doing. Naz Prep is scoring at a rate in their 3 games of 56, a little over 56 points a game, giving up about the same, about 40 points a game. So, like I said, this should be an interesting contest. The Chargers are going to have to deal with, like as you said, a lot of length in this game. We'll see how they deal with that. They're going to have to really box out well tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Box out. Finish plays like we always talk about. So you got to, shot goes up, you got to find a body and box out and go finish the play. Defensive possession. But the other thing for the Chargers tonight is don't turn the basketball over, right? That's where Naz Prep is going to like to get out and transition, and they want to score fast. So they're probably going to come out and they're going to pressure the Chargers to try to turn them over. And we know the Chargers are going to do their pressure as well, and where they try to generate their offense through their defense as well. So the other day, too, the 2-3 zone looked good. I mean, they just got to find and locate shooters. That's the biggest thing. So tonight, once they find out, and I'm sure they prepped here and they know who the shooters are for Naz Prep, so they got to make sure they're finding those guys on every possession.
Well, we're getting ready to get things going here. And to get things started, we will let you know what the starting lineups are before they learn here at the AAC. So first for the visiting Nazareth Prep Saints, led by head coach Tanya Garner. They will send out a 5'7" senior guard, Genoa Martin. He wears number 2. Wearing number 3 and starting at the guard position is junior 5'9" guard Leon Harrison. A 5'10" junior guard wearing number 4 is A.J. Crew. Number 5 in the Saints uniform is Micah Caldwell. He's a 6'3" junior forward. And starting at center is 6'8" junior, number 11, Will Evans. Again, for the Saints, it's Martin, Harrison, Crew, Caldwell, and Evans for the Tanya Garner-led offense. For the Chargers, it's the usual suspects for Coach Mike Rodriguez. Starting at guard is sophomore, 5'10" sophomore, number 1, Austin Avsek. Number 4 is a 6'5" forward. He's a junior, Van Cavels. At a guard position is junior, 6-foot junior, number 11, Luca Grisafi. Another forward is sophomore, 6'2", number 22, and you talked about him, Christian, Jake Johnson. Number 23 is the lone senior in the lineup, starting at guard. He's 6'1", Greg Minard. Again, for the Chargers, it is Avsek, Cavels, Grisafi, Johnson, and Minard for the Mike Rodriguez-led Chargers. And we got the national anthem. We might as well listen in, Christian. All right. They will introduce the starters here. We've already done that. We can talk a little bit more about the game. Hey, how about last night, the girls with a nice victory over the Central Valley Warriors?
That's a big-time victory.
Yeah.
Going on the road and beating a powerhouse like that, and yeah, that's a good showing for the girls, and they've had a great start to their season so far, and obviously, you know, they're well coached, and that's a well-oiled machine just like these guys are.
Yeah, Coach Eckerly has the girls playing great defense. They stuttered, the Warriors put that full court press on them and were dominating the glass in the first half. The Chargers, Coach Eckerly and his staff came up with an answer.
Make your adjustments.
They adjusted in the second half. They broke the press, and they were able to box out and get some boards, and that turned the game around.
Don't turn the ball over and get some buckets. And Claudia, man, she's unbelievable. She has a bright future, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Morgan O'Brien doing her thing, and while we're talking about Morgan, I do want to congratulate her one more time. We did last night, but I want to put it out here for all the OLSH fans that didn't watch last night. It was according to the PVCA, which is the volleyball organization in WPIL, she makes the all-star team for Morgan O'Brien for volleyball.
That's
so how about that? She's a three-athlete sport. She got volleyball, basketball, and softball for Morgan. What a great athlete, and congratulations to Morgan. We have one more broadcast coming up here for the OLSH Sports Network before the end of the year, Christian. That's next Thursday. The girls will be hosting the Bishop Canevin Crusaders, the girls, right here on this same court.
You know, that's always a rivalry anytime BC comes around.
So we are ready to roll here. You can see the 5'11" Evans, or excuse me, 5'11", the 6'8" going against the 6'6", or 6'5" Cables. NASPrep has 9 players on their entire roster, so attrition could be a factor here.
Right. Try to push the tempo if you're the Chargers, wear them out a little bit.
Saints have the ball first. They throw it away. Oh, no. Cables keeps it in bounds. Here come the Chargers. Shafi has the ball stripped. Cables dishes it back out. Diving Saints, they scrum for it. A rugby scrum ends. Safi ends up with it. Tried to go baseline. Minard with the 3-ball off the iron. Evans with the rebound. He'll bring it up the court, the 6'8" center.
And Minard just got to see one go in. Once he does, he's a rhythm shooter too.
Yeah, he is. Here come the Saints. Crew gives it away. Here comes our man, Avsek, with the layup. He gets the bucket. Avsek with the first points of the game.
And there's your transition by the Chargers. Nazarene Prep turning the ball over, and Avsek just attacking a rim.
Comes the Saints. The layup by Harrison doesn't go. It was that Harrison got his own rebound.
Yeah, he just stuck with it. Ball bounced right back to him. Cables got jammed underneath the basket.
We're all tied at 2. Avsek tried a floater, doesn't go. Rebound's brought down by Caldwell.
And that's just one more dribble there, and he kissed it off the glass.
Almost taking away Minor. Does finally take away. Here comes Gregg. Makes a move down to the baseline. Hands it off to Grisafi. Avsek, Johnson. Top of the key. Over to Grisafi, baseline, kicks it back out. Johnson. He shot from there before, but not with the man in his face. Double dribble called against Johnson. It'll be a turnover.
And this is what we seen the other night too, Al. Chargers moving the basketball, crisp passes, but not looking at the rim to shoot. They just keep moving the ball and moving into space, which is good, but somebody's got to look to shoot the ball. Yeah.
Crew, A.J. Crew gets it to the big guy. Over to Martin. Back to Harrison. Harrison will slow it down up by the logo. All the way across to Harrison. To Evans, back to Harrison. He can't go anywhere. Taken away by Cables. Avsek now with a couple with him. He'll slow it down into the corner. Johnson off the iron. Grisafi with the rebound. Nice box out there. Gets the rebound. Minard with the turnaround. Off the glass and in. Greg Minard with a nice bucket.
That was great footwork by Minard. Gets into the paint. Just a little reverse pivot. Kiss off the glass. And that credit to Grisafi. That's another offensive rebound for him.
A.J. Crew with the ball. Goes down into the corner for Martin. Got a foul underneath. I think Cable's going to get this. Yes. And Cables pick up the first foul of the game.
And Cables came down with it, but Evans just, with that body contact, jarred it loose. And Cables lost the ball, and then he commits a foul because of it.
A.J. Crew triggers into Harrison up top. Martin. Harrison. 3 ball is good from A.J. Crew.
That was just good ball movement by Nazareth Prep, and gets a wide open 3.
Avsek, Johnson, right at the foul line, back out to Avsek. He dishes off the Minor. They work it around to Grisafi. Inside the Cables. Nice move there. He draws the foul on Evans.
That pass by Grisafi was something there. He threaded the needle there.
They're moving the ball great, like you said.
And anytime Cables can get a screen and roll, Chargers get something out of it, but there's got to be some spacing there.
Cables gets his first. In the lineup is Khalil Johnson, and A.J. Crew will take a seat for Naz Prep. All knotted at 5. Cables can give the Chargers the lead again, and will. He goes 2 for 2.
Chargers going to get into a little bit of full court pressure
here.
here.
I like it. I like it. Johnson, back to Martin. Harrison, they get it across the timeline. Back to Martin. Over to Johnson in front of the Charger bench, and he'll slow it down to Martin. Right out by the timeline.
And that was a different press than we're used to seeing. Usually they play a 2-2-1. They go 1-2-2 there.
Johnson with the 3 off the iron, off of Cables. And no, I guess it wasn't off of Cables.
It looked like it, but I'm thinking it went off of Caldwell down there.
Yeah, could have been. I was kind of screened out of the play.
And Naz Prep here with their 2-2-1 pressure.
Avsek pulls it up, top of the key. Johnson down the lane, taken right out of his hands by Evans. Here comes the big guy, way too far for Johnson. Turnover, Charger ball.
And Johnson there, all he had to do was crow hop to the left side of the rim, but he went towards the defender instead of away from him. But I think his idea was to drop it off the Cables, and he just got tangled up a little bit. But no hurt for the Chargers. They get back on defense, and Naz Prep throws it out of bounds.
Austin has to tuck his shirt in, as was the delay. He has the ball, gets it back to Minard. Travel. Minard was going to pass it, hesitated, and then as he hesitated, he shuffled his feet.
And Mr. Ref, I don't think he was sure about calling it, because he blew the whistle the first time, but it wasn't loud enough, and then he blew it again.
Harrison will trigger it in to Martin in the backcourt. Here he comes. Over to Harrison on the wing. Kick it back out to the big guy. Baseline jumper. Rattles it down. Evans gets the bucket.
And that was just great penetration by Naz Prep, just to relocate. Nice kick out.
Johnson, pull up jump shot. He returns the favor. Jake Johnson.
Way different pace of a game than we've seen against Burrell. These guys are getting up and down here.
Ball is loose. Harrison comes up with it. Still battling for it. Gets it across. Johnson is going to drive. A little jump shot. No good. Comes back into Johnson's hands, and Harrison has it. Evans at the free throw line. Kicks it back to Martin, and they'll slow it down.
Chargers need to rebound the basketball there. Giving up too many second chance opportunities here.
And the unfortunate thing is it's in their hands first and bouncing out.
Right.
Caldwell out to Evans. Knocked out of his hands, but Evans retrieves it. Back to Martin, or Johnson. Now to Martin. Sek tried for the steal. Johnson gets it inside to Evans. Working against Cables. Harrison pops it up. He gets fouled. He'll be at the line shooting twice. I think Minard's going to get this one.
Yeah, Minard did a good job there closing out to Harrison, but Harrison beats him off the bounce, and just Minard leaves his feet a little bit, knocks him over. Going to send Harrison to the line for two.
Minard's first, team second. Harrison, as you said, 2 times.
And the biggest difference so far on the offensive end for Naz Prep has been anytime they can penetrate the middle and the gap of that 2-3 zone the Chargers are playing, they're getting wide open looks right now. And the Chargers are going to have to rebound.
Tiernan McCullough checks in for the Chargers, one of the freshmen on the team. Harrison goes 2 for 2. 4 points for Harrison, and they take the lead. Back into the lineup for the Saints is A.J. Crew, as Harrison has a seat. Tiernan will trigger in.
And how good was Tiernan the other night? He gave great minutes off the bench for a freshman.
He's one of these great freshmen the Chargers have coming up. Cable's in the corner, works against the big guy.
Skip passes there, they're missing him. Avsak's wide open.
Tiernan played a great game in the JV games just prior.
Hopefully it carries over here.
Johnson now on the wing. Cross to Avsak. Cable's good ball movement. 3 on the way. Hard off the iron. Caldwell comes up with it. They throw it away. Here comes Avsak back. Over to Tiernan. McCullough off the iron. Rebound brought down by
McCullough got hit on the arm there on that 3.
Yeah, I thought so too. Van Cable's going to pick up the foul on A.J. Cruz. I believe it was, yeah, that's the second on Cables.
And he's going to the bench now, and here comes Patty.
Yeah, and he played a great game in the JV game as well.
He did great against Burrow the other night for his spot minutes he had.
Johnson. Evans trying to get inside to Caldwell. Off the glass and in. Caldwell gets his first points.
And right now, Naz Prep is looking to get it inside, and with Van Cables on the bench, it's going to change it a little bit.
Second foul on the Saints. I think Caldwell's going to pick this one up. Yes, that's his first. Blocking foul down the sideline. McCullough will trigger in. Young lineup in here for the Chargers right now. Not a single senior in here. Johnson, Grisafi, Altmar to Avsak. Avsak approaching a minute to go here in the first.
I'd like to see him just give Patty the ball in the post. Great ball movement.
Oh, yeah. The floater from McCullough doesn't go. Caldwell with the rebound, under a minute to go. Headman pass to Martin. Back out to Evans. Back over to Martin in the corner. Brings it back up top. 40 seconds to go in the first. Johnson to the big man Evans. Evans turnaround jump shot, no good. Brought down by Patty. Grisafi brings it up. 25 to go. Johnson. McCullough thought about the three. Gives it to Avsek. He's going to give it over to Grisafi. Dishes to Johnson in the corner. Off the iron and over the backboard, out of bounds with 14 seconds to go. It'll be Saints ball.
This is that same feeling as the other night. It's just great ball movement. They're making the right reads, the right passes, but the shot's just not falling.
Right.
You know? And it will. They're all good shooters. They got to keep just shooting.
Yeah.
Short memory.
Evans with the jump shot off the iron. Caldwell gets the rebound. He puts it up and in.
Caldwell's been the difference so far.
Oh, Avsek got it off. I think that would have counted if it went in.
It would have. That was on line, too. Hit the back of the rim. And the difference right now is Naz Prep just cleaning up on the glass and making their putbacks. Finishing around the rim. The Chargers right now struggling to make a three from the outside. I know you don't have official stats, but it's probably like 0 of 6, you think, from 3, 0 of 5.
Yeah, something like that. Yep. Just a reminder, don't forget, we're going to wipe the slate clean for the shot or the fouls every quarter. Each team has an allotment of 5 that they can make before they send the other team to the line shooting twice. There's no more 1-on-1. So at the end of one, it is the Saints 13, the Chargers 8. And as you said, I agree, Christian, played a good quarter. They just couldn't get some of their shots to go.
Yeah, again, they're moving the ball around their perimeter. They're getting into the teeth of the defense. They're making plays. They're getting to the paint. They're kickouts, and then they're shooting wide open threes. They're just not going in. But right now, they just got to keep shooting.
Chargers have it here to start the second. Over to the corner, Johnson, there's another three. This time it goes pure. First tray comes by way of Jake Johnson, and the Chargers have brought themselves to within 2.
And that's what they needed. Take the lid off the basket there.
Johnson, 3 for Naz Prep. And the other Johnson from the Chargers gets the rebound. Here comes Austin Avsek across the timeline. Hands it off to McCullough.
And with this lineup, and they need to get Johnson going.
Here he goes off the glass, no good. I think Patty's going to get the call here. Eddie Altmar picks up his first foul. First of the quarter.
And Patty just being physical, going to the glass. But the one thing he got to watch is he can't pick up 2 because who knows who's going in after that.
Right.
You're going to a small lineup.
Right, then you got to go with the small lineup, no doubt about that. That's Prep working the perimeter right now. Crew gets it around to Martin, to the big guy in the corner. Evans likes to work in the corner. He loses the ball. It's going to be Charger ball.
Good job by Tiernan there, just funneling Evans and not letting him drive baseline. Evans got a ton of skill.
What a fun freshman Tiernan McCullough is. He's a 6'2" freshman.
Oh, he's great. He's fun to watch. Plays super hard. He can score the basketball too.
He can. Avsek kicks it out. Minard into the paint from the elbow. Jump shot hits, good for 2. Greg Minard gets his 4th point of the game.
And that was all just a pump fake. Watch him go. Keep your feet, stay balanced. Good follow through.
Caldwell at the free throw line. 3 ball on the way. Air ball goes right into the hands of Johnson. Jake will bring it up himself. Kicks it out. Tiernan, I thought he was going to take the shot. Avsek says, I'll take it. And it goes into Khalil Johnson of the Saints' hands on the rebound. We're all knotted at 13.
Yep, another good look again. Avsek, ball moved. Just didn't come up with it.
They're going to get the range. Once they do, look out, here comes another freshman getting ready to check in for the Chargers. Martin up top. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the half. Caldwell to Crew. He throws it away. Avsek's got it. Working against Martin. Has it taken away. Nice steal by Martin. Headman pass. 2-on-1 for the Saints. Up. Doesn't get the board, but he gets the foul. And I think was Tiernan the one back got the foul?
He was. And Evans, what a move there.
For the big guy, yeah. Tiernan.
I mean, to do that in traffic, Euro step, almost got the finish. Quick hands by Martin to get back and take it from Avsak.
Evans misses the first.
And just watching Coach Gardner over on Naz Prep's sideline, she was getting frustrated the last couple trips down because she's looking for them to post up right now with Cavels not in the game and want to score around the rim. And Chargers, credit to them and their defense right now. All letting it go into the big fellas.
This is the second one. So that was a good foul by Tiernan. Evans has it back. Saints have it. Martin has it in the corner. In the lineup for the Chargers is Frankie Egrick, another freshman. Evans gets the two from up high.
So Evans is a high, big-time player. I mean, he is a high-level player.
Oh, he's for real, yeah. Johnson to McCullough to Egrick. Minard. Chargers spreading it out. Under 5 minutes to go here. 2-point lead for the Saints. Patty comes up top to get the ball. Over to McCullough. To Johnson.
And somebody's got a flash middle for the Chargers right now.
I agree.
And it's wide open.
Oh, open look. Tiernan drops the three. Tiernan McCullough. What a big bucket there. Gives the Chargers a 1-point lead and a timeout called by Naz Prep. 32nd.
That was just a ton of patience there. And Tiernan, a freshman, really good. That's a nice looking jump shot. And right now the Chargers, most of their buckets are coming off assists because they're moving the ball well. That time they were just super patient. Naz Prep playing like a 3-2/1-2-2 zone.
Hey, there's no better way to see yourself as an OLSH student than to become an OLSH Charger for a day. All 8th grade students and transfers to grades 10 and 11 are invited to join us as a shadow for the day and experience firsthand what it's like to be a student here at OLSH. Students will be assigned a Charger ally, which is your host for the day, will attend classes, meet the teachers and students, and eat lunch on us. Charger for Day program began in October, so register now for your experience at www.olsh.org/visit. Crew will have a run of the baseline to inbound this ball. 1-point lead for the Chargers. Crew over to Martin, still in the backcourt. Back to Crew. They get it up to Evans, who'll bring it across. He's actually fun to watch.
He's super fun to watch.
Will Evans. Remember that name. You're going to see him at the other level.
I mean, 6'8", junior, with his kind of size and ability to shoot the basketball, he's a Division I prospect.
Foul on the Saints. I think Crew's going to pick up his first of the quarter.
The Chargers got another freshman in the game here.
Yeah, 2 freshmen on the floor right now. Both the freshmen on the team are on the floor right now. And one of them has it in hand, passes to the other freshman. Rejected by Evans. Johnson for the Chargers picks it up, jump shot, rolls around. What a rebound and put back by Patty Altmar. And he's smiling coming up the court.
Hey, and that's what he can do. Just put the ball up on the rim for the big fella. Let him go get it.
Taken away, but couldn't control with Jake Johnson. Avsek will come back in for the Chargers. as well as Johnson for the Saints. Having a seat for the Chargers is Frankie Egrick.
Really, for the Chargers, they just need to get the ball up on the rim.
Afsek. I'll tell you what, Harrison was falling down, and Afsek's going to get called for the foul here.
And Afsak plays so hard. So that's going to happen in some of these games where they're going to call fouls like that because he's just so physical.
Well, that was I related to hockey where a guy loses an edge and another player was next to him and he gets called for the penalty. Harrison and Johnson will play catch up top. Under 3.5 to go. Crew into the corner. Travel on Evans. He's saying, what did I do? You can't set your feet before you turn.
Got to put it on the deck first.
Yep.
I'll tell you one thing about Avsek, too. If he played with his hands out, his ability and how quick he is, he would have 5 steals a game that led to 5 buckets. Just at the top of the key.
Yep. Minor with the ball. Approaching 3 minutes to go. Looking for some help. Getting it into Johnson.
Pass.
Johnson. That was a great pass. Johnson gets fouled going up. He'll be shooting a couple.
I'd take some finesse on it for Minor to get it through there on the back door by Johnson.
Foul by Anthony Castafini in the lineup for the Saints. Second in the quarter. Johnson can't get the first one to go.
Got to make your freebies here, though.
That's the first from the charity stripe the Chargers have missed today. Make it the second. Ball goes out of bounds to the Chargers. Off of Evans.
And Patty working on the glass again. Him and Evans are banging down there. Good job by him to get a physicality, get a hand on the ball. Always wide open.
What a play. Inbound play there. Patty Altmar with his second bucket. He has 4 on the game.
Screen somebody and just flash right to the rim.
They hand it off to Tiernan McCullough. He goes down the lane. Floater, no good. Gets his own rebound and gets fouled. Third foul on the Saints. Not a shooting foul. Caldwell checked back in for the Saints.
I'd go back to the same play here.
Caldwell and I don't have a 23 on my roster for the Saints, so I don't know who that is. Sorry. They get it into Johnson, but he doesn't have a shot this time. The Johnsons working against each other. Jake Johnson, what a play there. He backed him in, turned around, and put it in.
That's some good touch there by Johnson. Just takes his time, patient.
Avsek was lining up that steal, and Evans got rid of it just in time. Martin all the way across to Johnson. The ball gets tipped, but it goes to 23. Caldwell, top of the key, battles off Johnson. The ball gets tipped by Tiernan McCullough. It's going to stay with the Saints. Luka Grasoffi's going to check back in. This time he's going to relieve Johnson. Let Jake have a breather here at the end of the half.
They got to get Johnson a ball back in a post like that. If they're going to play man-to-man, he got a little guy on him.
Yeah.
Back him down.
Will Evans flips it out up top to the logo. It's Martin out there, works against Avsek. Avsek gets his hand on it, but it goes right to 23. Hands it off to Evans. He'll slam it home.
And that was just the Chargers playing, overplaying passing lanes, trying to cheat and get one.
Avsek gets it across the timeline, under 2 to go. Patty Altmar to Grasoffi. Minard all the way across to Tiernan McCullough. McCullough rattles a 3 in and out. Evans will clear the glass for the Saints. And second time Evans on a headman pass, throws it away, throws it into the Charger bench. I don't believe Doc Quinn is a player for the Saints and an eligible player, so it'll go over to the Chargers.
Naz Prep has had a couple chances in transition. They just turned the basketball over. credit the Chargers for working hard to get back into play.
The JV game was the same way. You weren't here for that one, but it was the same way. Driving in, getting into Patty. Couldn't handle the pass. He throws it up. Evans will clear the glass. 1:18 to go in the half. Evans up by the logo. Kicks it back over to Johnson. Avsek wearing him like a glove. And I'm not eligible.
So first it was the Chargers bench, and now it's us.
Yeah. It came right to me.
The Chargers defense has been on point for this last 4 minutes of this quarter.
Oh, Chargers going to go small here. Gino Williams checks in for Patty Altmar.
I love this.
Grisafi with a trigger in with 1:07 to go. Avsek in the backcourt. Austin. Tried to get it to Grisafi. It goes off of Johnson out of bounds. That's Khalil Johnson for the Saints. Checking back in for the Saints is Leon Harrison. And I believe A.J. Crew is going to have a seat. Grisafi to trigger. Exactly 1 minute to go here. Knocked out of bounds by Khalil Johnson. It'll stay with the Chargers.
And Johnson over there doing a good job pressuring the basketball, but they got to give him a little bit of room on that sideline. There you go.
They get it into Grisafi. Avsek looking around. Johnson back in the lineup also for the Chargers. Grisafi, open three, top of the key. He'll drain it. Grisafi with the 3 ball.
That's what we've been looking for. Good job by Avsek. Get the defensive collapse. Grisafi fills behind. Good pass, good shot.
Harrison down the lane, trying to pass it off to Evans, and good hands by Minor to knock the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Saints. 38 ticks on the clock. Altmaier checks back in for the Chargers.
Yeah, I was just about to say, good to get him back in here for this defensive possession.
Jake Johnson will have a seat. Get it in. Harrison, 3 on the way. Off the iron. Williams with the rebound. Here comes Minor, bringing it up the court. It's soft pressure by the Saints. Grisafi has it. 25 to go. Hands it off to Avsek.
They could take one shot here.
Avsek, yeah, I would play for the 1. Down the lane, kicks it out to Williams. Grisafi, top of the key, goes down the lane, little Euro step. Gets the foul. Grisafi going to be shooting 2.
And that's one thing the Chargers can do as well. When teams go man against them, they can beat guys off the bounce and just space the floor, put 5 out.
Leon Harrison picks up his first. Grisafi gets his first.
And this is what they need from Grisafi. They need him to add something. The other day, he just, he didn't have his best day, but tonight, he's making some shots. He's getting into the teeth of the defense. He's got offensive rebounds. This is the kind of play they need from him.
Misses the second. Minzer in the lineup for the Chargers. Harrison under the bucket. Tried to get it to Caldwell. Here comes Minzer. Minzer gets it into the corner, and it goes out of bounds. The Saints will have it with 1.6 on the clock.
Chargers just give one back to Naz Prep there.
Tried to do too much.
Yeah, had a chance, an opportunity to score a bucket, go up double digits before half. No foul.
That one hit the backboard. No good. And that's how the half ends with the score. The Chargers 26, the Saints 17. We'll play a few. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's watch the cheerleaders here, and then we'll come back at halftime and give you some stats. Nice job, ladies. We'll come back after a few with the Chargers ahead, 26-17 as we go to half.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow, not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure and it really just is an amazing experience.
Welcome back to the AAC. Get some housekeeping done here before we get into the fun stuff. We want to let you know that the OLSH chapter of National Honor Society is hosting will be hosting a prom dress resale shop in the AAC on Saturday, February 24th. I know that's a ways off, but as they prepare for the sale, they're looking for donations of semi-formal dresses from now through the end of January. The focus is primarily prom dresses. However, homecoming dresses and or middle school dresses will also be accepted. The dress must be in clean, good condition, and the donations can be brought to the OLSH main office during business hours. Hey, if you want more information on the OLSH Chargers for rosters, stories, and more, visit www.olshathletics.org. Special thanks to our website sponsors, Covenant Financial Advisors. Hey, still holiday shopping? Do your holiday shopping with gift cards purchased through the Raise It. OLSH Athletics earns a percentage of each gift card bought by our program participants. Visit www.olshathletics.org and check out the fundraiser section in the Fan Zone tab for more information. This is a great way, Christian, to donate to the OLSH Athletics. I remember maybe it was last year or the year before,
I think, yeah.
where they did the thing with Amazon.
Yep.
Same kind of deal. You go in, you register, and every purchase you make buying a gift card through that website, yeah, part of that goes back to OLSH. That's
which
a
is great.
Yeah. Hey, celebrate the holidays at the OLSH Christmas Concert and Art Show in the auditorium on Thursday, December 14th. That's this Thursday. That's day after tomorrow at 7 p.m. Donations will be accepted at the door to benefit the Fine Arts Department. Concessions and flower sales will also be available for cash only. And this annual show is sure to get you into the Christmas spirit. So, hope you see you there. Hey, get your Charger essentials at olshgear.com. Anything from sweatshirts to pajamas, pants, and hats, got you covered. Gear up with the latest Charger fashions to support your favorite teams during the winter season at www.olshgear.com. Hey, Christian, and just a side note, we talked a little bit about Luca Grassafi and prior years. Mia Grassafi, his sister that graduated. Well, their mom was just inducted into Beaver High School's Hall of Fame.
That's awesome.
Primarily for her basketball. She was actually, I didn't know this, she was actually the first female, or actually the first player to score 1,000 points, either boys or girls, at Beaver.
Wow, that's
in
impressive.
Basketball.
That's a crazy stat right there.
So congratulations, Heather, on your induction into the Hall of Fame. That is some good stuff.
That is awesome. So cool.
Yeah, so Luca's mom is a Hall of Famer.
And they're taking after her, that's for sure. That's where they get the jump shot from.
Yeah, there you go.
I know it. That mid-range game is unbelievable.
Hey, real quick, and then we'll talk about the game. Some of the stats here. Naz Prep comes in. They're trailing 26-17, as you can see there on your screen at halftime. Their leading scorer is the big guy, Will Evans. He has 6 points, 4 of them from in the second quarter. 4 points each for Leon Harrison and Micah Caldwell, and 3 points for A.J. Crew. His one three-pointer was all he got. They being the Saints have one from beyond the arc. That was A.J. Cruz. For the Chargers, 26 points. Their leading scorer was Jake Johnson with 7 in the first half. 4 points each for Patty Altmar, Greg Minard, and Luca Grasaffi, all with 4 points. 3 points for Tiernan McCullough, and 2 points each for Van Cables and Austin Avsek. As far as 3 balls, the Chargers have 3, 1 each by Tiernan McCullough, Jake Johnson, and Luca Grasaffi. Foul-wise, Cables has 2 for the Chargers. Anybody else that has 1 for the Chargers has 1, and nobody really in foul trouble for the Saints. Anybody that has 1 for the Saints has 1. So really no foul troubles for either team at this point.
Besides Cables, and the Chargers did well when he went to the bench.
Yeah.
Altmaier coming in and doing his thing and being on the glass, being a presence down there and helping out with Evans, because if the Chargers don't have some height out there, Evans is he's a dangerous player.
He's a free rein. All they got to do is throw it up high down the side. Yeah,
he's super athletic, 6'8", can shoot the ball from the outside as well. He's a talented player. But right now they're keeping him in check and they're doing a good job. Nazarene Prep only got, what do they got? 1 3, 2 3s?
1 3.
1 3.
A.J. Cruz
doing a good job at contesting the jump shot from the outside. And right now for the Chargers, the biggest thing is not turning the ball over, and they're not. And so because of that, Naz Prep hasn't been able to get out and get some easy buckets. And when they did, they got back in transition, the Chargers did, and Naz Prep's thrown some of those away, so it's helped. But right now the Chargers scoring by committee. They're just moving the basketball, and everybody, is getting a touch. And when you're open, you shoot it, and you hope it goes in. But right now they're doing a good job. Up 9, got to chip away. Now this game could go 1 or 2 ways here to start the third. So for the Chargers, they need to stay focused, stay locked in, play a strong second half here, but definitely try to win these first couple minutes of this quarter to keep the lead.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Christian, spreading the scoring out. 7 players on the score sheet for the Chargers, only 4 for the Saints. So granted, the Chargers almost have as many players on the score sheet as the Saints have on the bench. But that being said, we don't have anybody in double scoring, but we have a bunch of players on the scoreboard. So that just they can spread it out. The Saints can't focus on one player.
Exactly, and it's no surprise what Naz Prep wants to do. They want to get the ball inside. They want to get the ball to Evans. They want to get the ball to Caldwell. Right. But the Chargers, on the other hand, they're trying to space you out. They're trying to attack the middle. They're trying to get you to collapse, the defensive collapse, and then they're trying to spray the ball around the outside, and whoever's open, you're taking that shot. And right now, Naz Prep has switched their defenses a couple times. You've seen some zone, you've seen some man, but the Chargers haven't been scared of either, and they've been able to attack both. Now with Cables coming back in, you can set some screens, high screen and rolls. When he does that, he gets open. You get other guys open as well when he's screening.
I'm impressed with the Chargers defense. Not that it's not been good or something. That's not normally something we talk about That ball goes out of bounds. I thought Johnson did a good job of getting the ball and smacking it off Harrison, but the official doesn't agree.
Doesn't agree, right?
But no, the Chargers have really been focusing on the defense this year, and it's really showing tonight.
Yeah, they're extended 2-3 here where they pressure and try to trap and get you to turn it over and speed you up a little bit. It's been working.
There it is. Evans from the elbow into the paint. Can't get it to go. Johnson had it for a moment. Caldwell gets it and draws the foul. First foul on the Chargers here in the third.
And now this is how the game started too, right? Naz Prep getting a couple up on the rim, and then Chargers not being in position to rebound and don't come up with the rebound here. And it leads to Caldwell getting an offensive rebound and earning a trip to the line, getting fouled.
Drawing another foul off of Van Cables, his third. Caldwell, first to score here in the third for either team.
And right away.
Quickly, Patty Altmar comes in for Van, and that's a smart move by Coach Rodriguez.
Yeah, because you don't want to see him pick up another one within another minute.
Right. They probably won't see Van very much in the third here. Caldwell gets both of his. Cuts into the Charger lead. Down to 8. Or, excuse me, 7. Avsek now just underway in the third. Here at the AAC, Chargers against the very talented Nazareth Prep team. Gets it in to Johnson. Johnson trying to turn in the paint. Goes up and lays it in. Jake Johnson showing his strength in the paint.
And Johnson's so good down there. He got great footwork, soft touch. Again, go to that wing ball screen.
Avsek takes it away. Grisafi tried to lay it up, and the big man, Evans.
You got to get him in the air and then go into his body. Use your body contact. And that's 2 times tonight, Al.
It's twice. That came right to me. This time under the table. Chargers will get the ball. Minor will check it in.
Third time you got to shoot it.
Do I get free throws?
Yeah.
Grisafi works it to the elbow, gets it to Johnson, back to Grisafi. Thought about the 3, goes baseline. Lays it up, won't go in, and the big guy ends up with it. Evans up ahead, and Minard says thank you very much. Intercepts that pass. That was a lazy pass, and Minard said, I'll take that.
That's how many times tonight Naz Prep come up with the ball, and then they turn it right back over to the Chargers.
Bunch of turnovers by Evans. That's his one weakness so far that I'm seeing tonight. Yeah. Avsek to Johnson, nice little give. Works around Evans. It goes off of Caldwell, out of bounds. Charger will keep possession with 6:17 on the clock.
These last 3 possessions, Naz Prep went man now, and Avsek and Johnson going with this wing ball screen action. It's worked 2 out of 3 times so far.
Grisafi, Minard from the corner, rolls it in and out, and oh man, in and out of Patty's hands right into Evans. He'll bring it up the court, works against Avsek. Boy, what a mismatch there. Harrison to Martin in the corner, goes baseline, floater. Patty knocks it out, ends up in Grisafi's hands. Luca, he's going to try to go all the way, and he was going to draw the foul on Evans. Luca is going to the line for a couple.
I was going to say, last time he did that, he deserved the call, didn't get it this time. Gets the call in transition, getting to the bucket. Grisafi.
Well, they're going to call that on Johnson. That's his second. First player with the Saints with more than 1 foul. Khalil Johnson. Luca rolls that first one in.
And a lot of things that you might not notice, but Patty, man, altering the shot down there, comes in. He's a good defensive presence. Got great size.
Missed it, but Johnson ends up with the rebound. 3 ball by Avsek, no good. Altmar with another rebound, and they're going to say Altmar was on the line.
I'll tell you, there's going to be a game this year, and I'm calling it now, where the 3s are going to go in, and they're going to go in at a high rate and clip, and they're going to score a lot of points because of it, because they get great
They're getting open looks, yeah.
They are.
Martin back to Johnson. Harrison knocked back into the backcourt. They got to hurry, get it across the timeline here. Whoa.
I don't think it ever crossed. Did it get tipped?
I don't think it did. It might have got tipped by the Chargers, yeah.
Nah, I think that's what it was.
That had to be.
It should have been 10 seconds for
Harrison gets it into the big guy on the baseline. Back to Harrison. 3 on the way, and he'll rattle that one in.
And one way for them to get back in the game is threes. So you can't let Evans get hot here.
Minor,
nice pass.
Patty, nice pass into Patty Altmar.
Just a good drive by Minor. Defense helps up. Patty just having his hands and feet ready, laid it in.
What, I mean, think about this. Patty Altmar's a sophomore, never played a minute of JV or varsity last year. He played on the freshman team. He's only going to get better.
Oh, he
Harrison,
is.
I can't see. There's fans standing in front of me here. I don't know what happened, but it's a Charter ball.
Yeah, he stepped out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Johnson was chasing it down and went out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds.
4:35 to go here in this third quarter. Grisafi gets it, has it across the timeline. Johnson goes all the way top. Around it goes to Minard. Greg Minard hands it off. He's trying to. There he gets it to Austin. Patty at the elbow. Greg, little jump shot inside the arc. No good, and big man Will Evans will clear the glass. He can get up there, man.
He really can. Minard should have took the three. He was wide open, takes a tough pull-up jumper.
Evans goes in, lays it up, no good, but I think he drew the foul.
Not sure who that one was on.
No, I couldn't tell. I think, did they say Grisafi or did they say Johnson?
I think he was calling on Grisafi.
Johnson.
Oh.
That's his first. Second on the Chargers. Hard off the iron and no good.
So that last possession, Naz Prep went back to that 1-2-2, 3-2 extended zone, and Chargers just moving the ball around the perimeter. Got a 2-1-2 to break it. Got to the middle with Patty. It's wide open.
Evans finally gets a free throw. He's 1 for 4. 2-on-1 for the Chargers. Johnson up against Evans. Evans blocks it, but goes right into the hands of Avsek. Austin Avsek now will settle it down up top.
Somebody's got to jump stop and get Evans in the air.
Minard, open three, fakes it. And it's moved by Grisafi to get some open ground. Johnson now into the corner. Into the Altmar. Altmar with a little hook shot, won't go, and Harrison will clear for the Saints. That was good ball movement, but they just couldn't get it to go.
It's a high percentage shot, too.
Especially against the big guy.
Not a bad hook.
If you pull the big guy out, yeah. Harrison loses it out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say off of Avsek, and Austin agrees. He shook his head.
That's a close one there. I thought Harrison had it in his hands
I did too, yeah.
If we had the video for him, we could turn it around and show him.
Well, Austin didn't argue, so he must have said,
yeah,
I got it.
Usually, you know, you hit it if that was the case.
Evans can't get the reverse layup to go. They get it into Caldwell. He gets it blocked by Johnson. And here comes Minard down the sideline. Pulls it back into the corner. All the way across to Grisafi. Top of the key. 3 on the way. Grisafi can't get it to go. Altmar with the rebound. And ends it up to Avsek. The floater gets it to go. Austin Avsek makes it a 10-point game for the Chargers.
Man, the minutes that Patty is given right now with Cavles on the bench has been great.
Evans finally gets the ball, dishes it off. Caldwell with the floater, and Altmar tried to draw the foul.
He tried to take a charge there.
Yeah, he did.
I love it. Avsek. You don't even need a press break. Just give him the ball. Oh,
offensive foul. Yeah.
That's
offensive foul on the Chargers. I don't know. Is Johnson going to get this? Was he the one that was pushing? I can't remember.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. That's his second. Third on the Chargers. Timeout. Who called that timeout?
Chargers taking a timeout here.
Must be a full.
And taking the timeout here. It's a good one. Get some rest. Talk to your team.
Hey, save the date and join us on Wednesday, February 7th at 7 p.m. as OLSH. Check this out, Christian. OLSH's Speaker Series welcomes Roberto Clemente Jr. on February 7th. This event is free and open to the public. So visit www.olsh.org/speaker series to register to come to listen to Roberto Clemente Jr.
Man, that's impressive. That really is. He's something. If you ever got to meet him, he's an unbelievable person. And, you know, that family, what they do for the organization still, and the MLB. Yeah.
He's right out of the mold of his dad. Maybe not as athletic, but the same attitude, same outlook toward life.
Yep, 1,000%.
So here we go, 2:27 left here in the third. Chargers with an 8-point lead. It'll be the Saints to trigger in, and here they come up the court. Evans, cross to Johnson, back in the lineup for the Saints. To Evans, a little give and go, little floater, good. Nice little play there by the Saints.
That is soft touch, just moving the ball, breaking the pressure.
9 points for Will Evans. Avsek loses it out of bounds. The pressure from Crew, and it'll be the Saints' ball.
That was the broadcast jinx. That was me. I just said you didn't need a press breaker with him because he's going to dribble through it and he turns it over.
Harrison to Johnson. Almost intercepted by Avsek. Crew gets it over to Will Evans. Tiernan and McCullough working against the big guy. A.J. Crew on the label, the logo. Johnson gets it into Evans. Double teamed, Altmaier all over him along with McCullough. Knocked out of his hands, Will gets it back. There's Harrison with the layup, found the back door. Leon Harrison gets the bucket. He's got 9 on the game.
The Chargers got to come up with that one. Another
Harrison.
one.
Johnson can't control it. It goes out of bounds. Charger ball, they got away with one there.
But again, Naz Prep turning it over again. But that last possession on defense by the Chargers, they got to come up with the 50-50 basketballs. Put 2 hands on it, grab it, corral it, and then go. Trying to dribble it.
1:20 to go here in the third. Minard pulls up the dribble, gets it to Johnson across the timeline. Dribbles through 2, into the paint, free throw line. Jump shot won't go. A couple of Saints battle over it, but Will Evans ends up with it. Approaching a minute to go here in the third. Ball's knocked out of his hands, but it comes right to Crew. Evans now underneath. Caldwell can't get it to go. Tiernan McCullough's going to pick up the foul. He just looks to the heavens like, oh. That'll be the 4th on the Chargers.
Evans is impressive, too, because he could pass. I mean, that's a couple possessions in a row here. Him threading the needle to Caldwell.
Tiernan picks up his second. Caldwell at the line. It's the first, and here come the Saints making a charge here in the third. It's a 3-point game. It was 10 just a minute ago.
Yeah, and it's all because Naz Prep's pressure here.
Yep.
Their full court pressure has been giving the Chargers problems. They can't set up in an offense. They haven't found scoring.
2-point game
in the last couple minutes, and they're going to bring Cables in here to see if he can
settle it down a bit.
Hopefully get a chance, an opportunity to score around the rim, or at least get an offensive rebound and a putback.
They're going to keep both the big boys in.
Yeah, why not?
McCullough has a seat. Cables and
this is a good spot to have them both in here.
Foul called against, I think, number 4, Crew is going to get his call. Yep.
None of the Saints like that call.
Nope, that's number 2 on AJ. Second for the Saints. Minor to Avsek. 50 seconds to go here in the third. Austin to the elbow. Out to Johnson. Cables. Minor directing track. He wanted the screen. He got it. Johnson has it now on the wing. To Cables in the wing. 30 seconds to go. Cables almost had a takeaway. He gets it back. Johnson, 3 on the way. Rattles it down. Jake Johnson gets his second tray of the game.
He can score the basketball. That's a great shot.
Back to a 5-point lead. Harrison now for the Saints. 13 seconds to go. Will Evans gets it into Caldwell. That one's blocked. Taken away. Altmaier to Avsek. Avsek with 5 seconds to go. Altmaier throws it up. And 1 second to go. That'll be it.
They had enough time there. They recognized the time on the clock, and Patty just kind of heaved one up there. They still came up with the basketball. Chargers should have scored that one in transition. Avsak just dribbled off the defender's foot.
What an exciting quarter that was.
That was a crazy quarter right there. And it made it a tight game as well.
Saints won that quarter 14-10.
The difference has been the two bigs, Evans and Caldwell.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And then they got 1-3, which was early in a quarter. Kind of brought that, charge back. But
yeah, Leon Harrison had the tray here in the second half. That's their second from beyond the arc. The Chargers, 2, 3, 4 from beyond the three-point line. Hey, did you know that we have 2 alumni youth nights coming up? Friday the 5th, January the 5th, our girls basketball team plays Avonworth right here at the AAC. And then Tuesday, January 9th, the boys will host South Park. Come out and cheer on the Chargers. It's always an exciting night at when youth night rolls around here at the AAC. They pack the place. It's loud and it's exciting.
I'd say this place is pretty loud tonight.
Yeah, it's a nice crowd in here. Chargers start with the ball in the fourth. Avsek has it knocked away, metals around, and Cables comes up with it. Still battling for it. Cables goes up, no good, gets his own rebound. Back reverse layup, and Cables does the He-Man shuffle and gets the deuce.
You tell he's been on the bench the whole game. He's out here playing hard. He just
Another
comes
take.
up
Cables with a steal.
He's got a lot of energy.
Johnson now in the paint. Kicks it back out to Minard. Open three. Nothing but net. Greg Minard drains the three, and the Chargers 5 quick points here. Back up to a 10-point lead. Cables almost with another steal. Johnson puts it up, and Evans can't get it to roll. Here come the Chargers. Minard working against the Saints, triple teamed. He gets timeout called by Coach Rodriguez. He'll call a 30-second timeout.
And Minard's starting to find his stroke a little bit. Finally makes it. What's that? 2 threes on the night or 3 threes for him?
Minard, that was his first 3.
Oh, first one. I thought he had one earlier in the game.
No, Jake Johnson has 2. Grisafi has 1, and McCullough has 1 for the Chargers.
Keeping Patty in the game with Cables, and I like that. And right now, Van, he's came out, and he's got a ton of energy because he sat pretty much the whole game.
He's fired up.
Yeah, he sat with foul trouble the whole game, and he comes out here and makes a difference right away. On the glass, finishes that tough reverse layup.
He steals it out here
midcourt. Gets a steal. He almost came up with another one, too.
He's being a difference maker here early in the first minute.
Yeah, and he just pushed the lead. You got a bucket and a 3, and you just push the lead back to 10.
Yeah, it was down to a 3-point lead. The Chargers have it back up to 10. Less than a minute has gone by here in the fourth, and boy, what a turn of events. Chargers still have the ball. They get it in, and it's quickly taken away, but Cables again diving and getting the ball. Minard out to Johnson. What a quarter.
Love the hustle.
What a quarter Cables is having. Avsek now. Under 7 to go. Johnson on the wing to Minard, top of the key. Greg over to big man Altmaier. Cables, the big man play catch. Johnson against Johnson, under the bucket. Trying to get it back out. Tried to go up, it's blocked, comes back into his hands. Johnson in the corner, double teamed out to Minard. Chargers willing to slow it down here.
Yeah, they're just running some clock now. Minard had a chance at a 3, but didn't feel like his feet were underneath him.
Avsek works around Johnson. Cables has it stripped out of his hands. Good play there by the Saints, and it goes out of bounds. Yeah, great call. It was right in front of us. It goes off of Martin right in front of us. Almost hit Anthony down here in front of us.
Good job by Johnson there to hustle to get back into play.
Anthony Hansen, photographer for the Chargers.
Tell him he better take a flick of us while he's down there.
I'm sure he's got a couple. Chargers working around the perimeter. Offensive foul, a little wing job by Afsek. I think they're going to call Cables for his 4th.
That's a big call there. And he's trying to say, keep me in the game, coach, but Coach Rodriguez taking him out. 6 minutes is a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it's still, 10-point game isn't that big of a margin with 6 minutes left.
McCullough comes in for Cables. Harrison has it for the Saints. 6 minutes to go. Inside, knocked away by the Chargers. Altmaier with the knockdown. Here comes Grisafi. Johnson, open 3. Rattles it in and out. Evans will clear the glass and he'll bring it up the court. He's going to bring it himself. Go all the way. He tries to go up. Avsek, we got a foul being called on Altmaier. Patty goes, me? I wasn't near it.
They just thought that because the ball went flying in the air, that it was something. But Evans just lost the handle. We had a great angle on it right here.
I think Altmaier is going to get called for this.
They didn't know who to give it to. I don't even know if any Charger was really in the area besides Patty. There was nobody around Evans. He just tried to make a move to the basket and slipped out of his hands.
The scorer's table's trying to find out who got the foul. And the official didn't want to. He finally went over and told them. They're saying Johnson with the foul, his 3rd. Martin up top. Evans, elbows, jump shot, no good, way off the mark. Here comes McCullough up the court. The freshman hands it off to Avsek. Austin now works against Harrison. Loses the ball, and here come the Saints. 10-point lead for the Chargers. Hands it off, Altmaier has it. Martin picks the ball up, but he's out of bounds.
This has just been like a pinball machine, back and forth, and turnover and turnover and turnover.
Christian, the girls did the same thing last night. They would go for 2-3 minutes at a time in the game when nobody scored.
Nobody scored. It just turned the ball over, taking turns.
Here comes McCullough into the corner. Avsek, 3 on the way, off the iron. The big man Evans clears the glass. About 5 minutes to go. Little spin move on Avsek. Floats it up and in. Nice play by Evans. He goes coast to coast.
I'm surprised he hasn't did that more often tonight. He's got that crazy skill and ability.
Grisafi gets it into the forecourt. McCullough to Avsek. Coach Rodriguez calling out the play. 4:40 to go here.
And he's telling them to space the floor right now. Get the ball moving. Everybody gets a touch here. Run some clock. Find the right shot. Make sure they defend for 30 seconds or more.
Yeah. 8-point lead for the Chargers. Johnson now up top. Spins away. Ball's knocked out of his hands. No call. Number 23 ends up with it. Never did find out who that is. Harrison, floater no good. Grisafi says, I'll take the rebound. I'll bring it up. A couple bodies on the court in the backcourt. McCullough launches a 3. No good. That rebound brought down by Martin. Here come the Saints one more time. Under 4 to go. And Coach Garner calls a 30-second timeout for the Saints.
And Coach Rodriguez right now is trying to get the troops rallied around him and telling them, listen, time and score. We're chucking 3s right now. You're giving Naz Prep an opportunity to get the rebound and just get out in a fast break and open court.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to get into a running game with Naz Prep.
No, I mean, they did a good job tonight of getting back in transition, but at this point in time, you don't want to give them any opportunity to be able to get free ones, especially if Evans gets going here late in transition. You want to be able to turn around and set your defense up. So you got to make good plays down here and take good shots.
Just so that you know, under 4 minutes to go, both teams with 3 timeouts left. Chargers have 2 fouls here in the 4th. The Saints yet to commit a foul on the score sheet. So that's where we're at. Arrow is pointing in favor of the Saints right now. As soon as they triggered in, 8-point lead for the Chargers. Here's Khalil Johnson with the ball. Gets it to Harrison in the corner. They throw it away. Greg Minor ends up with it with the Chargers. Avsek has it now. He works against Crew, A.J. Crew. Minor. Yeah, I think the Chargers would be more than happy to play the half-court game the rest of the way.
Exactly, and there's no shot clock, so why
No,
not?
right.
And take your time. No, you don't want to pass up on a good one.
There's a foul on the Saints. Their first foul. Charger fans giving a little bronze cheer.
There hasn't been too many fouls. I mean, really.
Will Evans picks up his second
Van
foul.
Cable's been the only one in foul trouble tonight.
Yeah, Drake Johnson has 3, but that's fourth quarter. I can live with that.
Right.
Minor to Avsek. Nice little cut there by Avsek. Got the Grisafi. Thought about the 3, but smart move. Luka hands it off now to Johnson. Johnson works against Johnson. That's fun to call. And you got another foul.
And that's what's going to happen here. They're going to have to start fouling
A.J. Crew
eventually.
I think they called it on that Crew. Yeah, it's his third. Another timeout called by Coach Garner. And what did she call? Full timeout? Yep, full timeout for Coach Garner. That's all she has left. So, 3:07. We'll step aside, pay a quick bill, and we'll be right back right after these messages. Chargers 41, Saints 33. Welcome back to the AAC. OLSH alongside Christian Harbaugh, bringing you all the action here. So far, it's been a good one. Pretty much what I expected, Christian.
Yeah, well, what we expected, a high-paced, fast-paced game, transition, getting up and back. But, again, the game's been played in the 40s. And it's just because, some shots not falling for both teams. And they've got good looks on both sides.
Right.
And right now the Chargers just got to play the game where 3 minutes left, you got to take a good one, make Naz Prep work on defense. If they got to foul you, they got to foul you. You got to make your free throws.
Into the backcourt, Avsek has it. He beat Crew, gives it to Cables, floater won't go. Ends up in the Saints' hands, and there's bodies on the court, the big guys. There's Crew. I thought he'd crow hop there. Yeah. Slammed home by Crew. That's only worth 2 points. As fun as that is, Chargers give it up. 6-point lead. Johnson loses it out of bounds. And it's going to be Charger ball with 2:42 left.
But this is what we just talked about. It can't happen. He can't turn the basketball over and get Naz Prep a little bit of momentum here, like a dunk from Evans, and get them out in transition.
Gets that blood flowing, yep. 6-point lead. They need a towel. They need a towel.
But you got to finish the layup. Van missed that wide open layup. He's got to make that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to go up and dunk that.
Yeah.
And I know he can.
Yep. Him and both Patty Altmar both can.
Working to get the camera back up here. Foul. Naz Prep. And they're okay right now trying to foul because they want to go for the basketball. If they can get a quick steal without the refs making a call, then it's good for them and they get the ball back. And they're okay getting closer to that foul count. Put the Chargers on the line. Break the pressure. You don't need anything crazy here. Keep working the basketball. Looked for a good shot, and they did. Great footwork. He's got to finish that one.
Sorry about that. Little camera difficulties with the battery. We didn't change it at halftime. That was the problem.
We're usually on that regimen, right?
Yep.
Caldwell comes back into the game. Chargers just missing bunnies. They missed back-to-back layups here. And Coach Rodriguez takes a timeout.
I missed the foul.
It was on
it looks
Harrison.
It looked like Harrison had picked up 2. So, yeah, Coach Rodriguez calls a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, Chargers got to find a bucket here. They've struggled the last 4 minutes. They're doing a good job at, for the most part, taking care of the basketball. A couple turnovers led to a bucket, but they're getting a couple looks at the rim. They just miss layups.
6-point lead for the Chargers.
If I'm the Chargers right now, I go into that European ball screen action and try to Avsack and Cavels. Try to see if you can get a little screen and roll action. If you can't score out of bounds play here, but they're probably looking to get it in and set up a play, run an offense.
There it is, inbound play.
There you go.
Cavels with the easy bucket.
And there's your layup.
Throw it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Charger ball. Good pressure there by Greg Minard, causing that ball to go out of bounds.
And a smart job by him. Let the ball go.
And then shielding the ball so they can't get it. Oh, good play by Avsek there. Picks up the foul. Number 4, Crew picks up his 4th. Avsek now, they're in the penalty area, so Avsek will be at the line shooting a couple. And 4 fouls on Crew. So a couple players, 1 for each team with 4 fouls. Both of them with the number 4. How about that? Austin.
4s all around. And here you go. You just got to make your free throws.
That's the way you do it. Back to a 10-point lead. Avsek drains both of his. He's perfect from the line tonight.
No layups.
Johnson. Oh, that's going to be goaltending. That's going to be goaltending. That was up over the rim, but that's fun to watch.
That was great. I mean, he got up there for that one. But that's the one thing you don't want right there. You don't want free runs at the rim, breaking the pressure.
Knocked out of bounds by Johnson, stays with the Chargers.
Chargers got to send somebody to flash middle here.
Yeah.
If they can't get the ball in.
Or do like the girls did. They all bunch up in the backcourt here, just break somebody loose, get the baseball pass. There it is. Cavels. He'll lay it up, it won't go, but he gets his own rebound, lays it up, and this time it does go.
He went for the dunk that time. If I'm him, you got to dunk everything.
Christian Rucker in for the Saints. Avsek's going to pick up a foul for the Chargers. That'll be his 2nd. 3rd for the Chargers.
That's okay. It's not a bad foul there. You don't want to be in scramble mode if you're the Chargers and give up an easy one.
They still have 2 fouls to give.
And he can't give up a 3 here. He got to contest the line.
Right.
No easy ones. Pressure the ball, but don't overplay. And obviously, you got to know where Evans is.
And he was over in the corner. He's still over there on the wing now. Brings it into the paint from the elbow. Harrison, nice cut there. Feed by Evans. Easy bucket for Harrison. Grisafi works against Evans. He'll pull it back to the corner. Minard now, minute 23 to go. Avsek has the ball knocked out of his hands. He was fouled by Harrison.
I didn't think they were going to call that one.
Harrison picks up his fourth. Avsek will be at the line, shooting a couple.
Good job by Avsek. Make sure he controls the ball. Gets fouled.
Rolls that one in.
Get back to the line, make your free throws. Get this back to a 10-point game. And again, can't give up any layups. Set up in your zone pressure, full court.
7 points for Austin, make that 8 as he gets both of them again. He's 4 for 4 here in the fourth. Up ahead to Martin. Martin to Harrison. Minute 13 to go. Will Evans in the corner, brings it into the paint, kicks it off to Caldwell, lays it up, no good. Put back though by Khalil Johnson is good. Timeout called by Tanya Garner.
And Evans, he's gaining a lot of attraction out there on the court. Every time he has the ball, one or two guys are going towards him. And he just finds the open guy. And again, he finds Caldwell cutting, misses a layup, but Johnson there for the finish. Keeps us at a 3-possession game.
One timeout remaining for Naz Prep. A minute 4 is on the game clock. It's an 8-point lead for the Chargers. So possession arrow is pointing in Naz Prep's direction. So that's the scenario right now.
Still a lot of time here.
Oh, yeah.
If you're the Chargers, try to trap you first, make you try to work and turn the ball over.
Yeah, right now you just got to play keep away and just know that they're going to have to foul you.
Yeah, they have to foul you. They're going to try to send it double early, try to make you turn it over, break that pressure.
There you go. That's the way you do it.
Get the ball over. Good.
Yep, there you go. Now pull it back. We got a foul called. Minard will be going to the line. Did Will Evans pick up that foul? Yes, he picks up his third. Greg Minard at the line. 55 seconds on the clock. Chargers. Greg can make this very difficult for the Saints right now. He can get these two. And he misses the first.
Broadcaster's jinx.
Sorry, Greg. My bad.
Well, hopefully he makes this one.
Yeah. Make it it is a 3-possession game now, but he misses them both. Yep. Evans with the rebound. Still an 8-point game, taken away by the Chargers. Austin Avsek pulls up the dribble. He gets fouled. Martin's going to get the push. That'll be his first. But Mr. Avsek will be at the line. 46 seconds on the clock.
And Avsek stepped to the line the last 2 times and it's made 2 for 2.
Keeping it going. As I said, 46 seconds left. Austin, perfect from the line here in the fourth, 6 for 6.
Yeah, he's been great all night. Distributing the ball, making his free throws, guarding.
Martin across. Evans loses the ball almost out of bounds. And we got a foul on the Chargers. I think Grisafi's going to pick it up. It'll be his second.
No more fouls here.
That shot goes off the side of the backboard. Here comes Grisafi. Luka working against Johnson. 26 seconds to go. And Luka's going to be at the line. Khalil Johnson picks up his third. good.
And free throw is going to win this game for the Chargers. Making her free throws when it matters down the stretch.
7 for 9 here in the fourth. Yeah,
And
there you go again.
We go. We should never say anything.
7 for 10. Evans all the way. Everybody just cleared the lane. Let Evans lay it up and in. That's what you got to do. No foul. And I think Johnson's going to pick up another one. Yep. That'll be number 4 on Khalil Johnson. And who goes to the line? Austin Avsek. 16 seconds to go, and this one's pretty much in the books, Christian.
Yeah, I mean, great game by the Chargers tonight. Good job making her free throws down the stretch, not turning the basketball over here in his fourth quarter.
10-point lead in 16 seconds. That's pretty tall mountain to climb, even if you're a Saint.
Yeah, just don't foul here. They want to lay up, go ahead, let them take it.
Gables ends up with it. 9 seconds to go. Avsek, he'll wait for his team, crosses the timeline, and this one's over. As the Saints walking back to their bench, the Chargers win this one 54-43. And Chargers just keep getting it done, Christian. They're finding ways to get it done.
Yeah, that was a terrific game by the Chargers tonight, and really good job at just staying steady, doing a good job at moving the basketball, finding ways to get open ones. And, you know, they come in here, they protect home court, played hard on defense, got on the boards. The biggest thing was Patty. I mean, really, he was the difference maker in the game tonight, because when Cavels went out early with 2 fouls, he came in and the level of play didn't stop, right? They were still on the glass. He still did a good job at being a rim protector down there on defense, and he helped out on Evans. He did a good job down there. Evans still had a great game. I mean, he's a terrific player. But credit to those guys for the Chargers, you know, playing hard on defense, limited Naz Prep to 1 shot a possession. They got back in transition, so it didn't turn into a transition game. And the Chargers sealed it with free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, amen to that. Austin Avsek, perfect on the night, 8 for 8, all in the fourth quarter from the charity stripe, getting it done. And I'll tell you what, you got that right. They won this game down the stretch at the free throw line and making shots when they needed to.
Yeah, I mean, they moved the ball well the last game against Burrell. They moved the ball well tonight again. And, you know, the shots are going to fall within the season, and when they keep preparing, they keep playing these games, they get the chemistry down, the shots are going to fall. But we've seen it tonight in spurts.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnson made some shots in spurts. Minard got going a little bit tonight, you know, and Avsak, you know, kept the flow of the game and the pace of the game the way the Chargers wanted it. He distributed the ball, and right now the Chargers are finding ways to grind it out and get wins, and right now that's just how they're going to have to do it. But I think they're starting to come into their own. They're starting to find out who they are and how they're going to play games. And one thing we know for sure, they're going to play hard every single night, and that's all you can ask for.
Well, their next one is at Brentwood on Friday the 15th. That's this Friday. We will not bring you that one. The next game we're going to be bringing to you here on the OLSH Sports Network is next Thursday. The girls are in action against Bishop Canterbury right here at the AAC, and then we're done until the new year, where the boys will be hosting Stowe Rocks. We'll open up the new year against the Stowe Rocks Vikings right here at the AAC on the 3rd.
You love that game.
Oh, yeah. That's always a fun when they come in here. Another athletic team that you're going to have to
They'll play just like Naz Prep tonight.
Exactly. It's going to be a very similar type of game, only they don't have the big guys like Naz Prep does.
But they're going to have quick, scrappy guys. They're going to play physical. They're going to try to get out in transition, try to speed you up.
Let's get back to this one. Scoring Naz Prep comes in with, they score 43 points. Wasn't enough to beat the Chargers, but they had 3 guys in double figures, leading all scorers for Nazareth Prep. In fact, leading all scorers was the big guy, Will Evans. He scores 15, followed by 13 out of the hands of Leon Harrison. 10 points for Micah Caldwell, 3 points for A.J. Crew, and 2 points for Khalil Johnson for their 43. Chargers counter, as we said, they had 7 players to get on the score sheet, and their leading scorer, they had 2 co-leading scorers with 12 points, and that was Austin Avsek and Jake Johnson chip in with 12 points. 8 points for Van Cables, 7 points for Greg Minard, 6 points each for Luca Grassafi and Patty Altmar, and 3 points for Tiernan McCullough. A lot of good things out of the freshmen tonight for the Chargers. Both freshmen get on the court and get some quality minutes and contribute mightily to this win, as well as, and you named it, I think the turning point is Patty Altmar when he came in and they didn't miss a beat when Van Cables had to go sit with his 4 fouls.
Yeah, which was super impressive. And for him to come into the game and just, again, didn't have to score the basketball, finishes with 6 points, but didn't have to score. He just was a presence down there, his size, his length, his ability, you know what I mean, to crash the glass and be physical down there with somebody like Evans. And then he goes out there and he has a couple points. He also goes out there, he's setting some screens, he's breaking the pressure in the middle and being a safety valve. But just him coming in, altering shots on defense, it was a big time, game by him. And then also Cables for staying locked into the game and never changing his mindset, right? He got in 2 quick ones early, comes back in, he gets a quick one in the third, he goes and sits down on the bench again, and then he still came out when he got in there late in the third quarter and in the fourth to change the game and make his presence known again. But again, was that 7 in the scoring book here. So that's how the Chargers are going to play this year. It's going to be by committee. They're going to make shots. Guys are going to have big-time nights. Sometimes it's not going to be their night, but they're going to be there when it matters, and they're going to make plays for each other, and that's why this team is fun to watch.
Patty Altmar, back to him again. You're right. He changed a lot of shots, and he did not make it easy for Will Evans. I'm thinking that Nazareth Prep thought that once Cables was out, the young sophomore, even though he's big, Evans was going to be able to manhandle him, and that was not the case at all. Patty Altmar stood up to him and made it hard for Evans. Evans got his points, but he had to work for those points.
No, he definitely did, and you talked about it earlier, seeing both of them on the court. You kept saying, when are we going to see him? Well, we did tonight. A couple possessions we did. And they made it work down there. That's a lot of size down there when both of them are out there. And it gives you something. And it's big-time screening. So when teams are playing man-to-man, you can get into some screening action, some high-low, and you can look for some things that way.
Yeah, it's nice because when both those guys, like you said, you can send one guy out to set the screen. You still have a big guy inside.
He could post up.
Yeah, so it's
that's a little old school, but you can do it. It works, and we've seen it last year with the girls basketball team, and we know these guys can do it as well. But man, I'll tell you one thing: when those guards are on the court and they can just space it out, they're quick. They get off the bounce, they get into the teeth of the defense, and they make the right reads. Now it's about finishing the plays, right? Make the right reads, and now knocking down a shot.
Yeah, we're just this was the Chargers' 4th game, and you can see the maturation process of the Chargers, especially, as you say, their guard play. Greg Minard and Austin Avsek. Austin Avsek has really taken this team under his wing, so to speak, and is really being the ever-present point guard. He's dishing off at the right time. He's making the right decisions, and you can see him. He only got limited minutes last year. He was on the varsity team last year, but he got most of his court time on the JV team last year. And this year, he is a presence to be had with the Chargers. And keep in mind that Austin is only a sophomore as well. So a lot of good years for the Chargers coming up here with all these sophomores that are getting great minutes and contributing to wins.
Yeah, and you talked about it earlier, Tiernan coming in there and giving great minutes too and having a couple buckets. I mean, these guys are they're scrappy, they're hungry, they're playing loose, right? And they're just going out there and having fun, and they're building that chemistry. So right now, I think we'll see a whole different team, come into section play and second half here when they start making shots and they start figuring out really who they are and who they can go to at what time. It's going to be a whole different ball game. But yeah, man, AFSAC's been unbelievable. Yeah,
and you mentioned the young players that get in, Tiernan McCullough, a freshman, and then also don't forget Frankie Egrick. He came in and got some minutes tonight and showed that he says, hey, I can contribute too. Yeah. I mean, these are two freshmen that the future is shining bright for these guys. Mm-hmm.
And none of these guys they're not shying away. They're not scared, right? No. They come into these varsity games and they're coming out playing hard and they're not backing down. And that's what AFSAC does the whole game. I mean, he's tough.
All right, Charger, we're on the air next Thursday, the 21st, getting ready for Christmas holiday. The girls in action right here against Bishop Canterbury at the AAC. Make sure you come out and cheer the girls on the 21st. And don't forget the youth nights after the first of the year. We'll be telling you about those again. Those are always fun. It gets loud and exciting. The energy level goes about 3 notches that night when they're in here and they pack the place, and that's always fun. But yeah, both the girls and the boys seem to be getting their feet under them now after a couple games and figuring out what their identity is. And boy, it was fun watching them tonight against a very athletic Nazareth prep team. And they came in here thinking, hey, we can knock these guys off. They got rid of all their big guns from the last couple of years, and not to be. Not to be. No, sir. And the Chargers going to keep getting better and chipping away at it, and teams can't overlook us. No. I mean, they're going to come in, and if they're going to overlook us, we're going to beat them. Yeah. Because they're going to play basketball the right way, and they're coached well, and they play hard. Well, we want to thank everybody again, Coach Mack, for giving us the ability to do all this and bring these to you. Hope you enjoyed it. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We'll be talking to you soon. I'm OLSH saying thanks a lot. Christian, as always, thanks for coming out. It's always a pleasure doing a game with you. It's a lot of fun. And your coaching aspect of it. I love it. I love it. And we'll be with you next time. And Chargers win this one, 54-43 against the Nazareth Prep Saints. They made the trip across the river, and it'll be a sad trip back across the other way as the Chargers come away with the victory. On behalf of everybody here, I'm OLSH. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Good night, everybody.